Hello, welcome back to the channel. This morning I'm driving a roadie gig. It's about 6 in the morning and I'm on my way to the local Home Depot, which is only about a mile and a half away from my house. And I'm going to pick up something and I'm going to take it somewhere about 10 miles away. I don't know what it is. All I know is that it's supposedly huge. I know the dimensions of it. I know it's one item. But they're going to pay me $39 to do this. It's going to take me probably a grand total of about an hour from when I'm leaving here until I actually get home. So you can do the math. I figure with the price of gas these days, my costs are somewhere about 20 cents a mile. Now that might be light if you don't consider things like oil and maintenance and tires and all that stuff, but just for a rough calculation to see whether or not I'm going to make money, I figure in this case I'm probably going to be going about 20 miles total. And if you consider 20 cents a mile on that, well, you get the math, right? So I should be able to make a net profit on this little run pretty easily, just doing some mental math. So this is what I'm always doing. I'm looking for what I call these are unicorn gigs, and I'm looking for either an extra large or what they call a huge load. Now sometimes the loads will require a trailer, which I don't have. That's if you're delivering something like a lawnmower, like a riding lawnmower or something like that, which in this case apparently is not. So it's just a huge gig you need to pick up. And so the F-150 is perfect for this, especially the Powerboost, because you can drive these a little bit more efficiently. I think it's a great way to make some money in the morning. I'd be just sitting on the couch watching TV or surfing on the iPad anyway. So why not go make $39 instead of doing that? All right, I'm pulling up to the Home Depot. I'll come back in a minute. Here we go. I got a shower base to deliver. I like how this welcomes you when you come back up to it. Okay, we picked up our shower base and we're off to the customer destination, which is 8.6 miles away. All right, and off we go. You typically find these Home Depot gigs are early in the morning. Sometimes they have ones later in the afternoon, but the Home Depot ones are usually the first thing in the morning, and they usually require about a 6 in the morning pickup. There's lots of other ones during the day, which are like Best Buy, or there's some different drug pharmacy drop-offs. Now, some days you'll get up and look for a Home Depot gig and there just won't be anything around there. Or what I'll have to do is I'll have to go to one on the other side of town to go pick up, and then it becomes a little bit more competitive bid because there's probably guys that are closer to that Home Depot than you are, and the algorithm will select them over you because you have further to go, or at least that's the way I think it works. I did the Uber thing a couple of years back. I was driving a different vehicle. I was driving a Honda Accord, and it was really efficient, and it was great for picking up, 2-3 people at a time. Beyond that, and it was a nice little gig to be able to meet people and make some money. But man, I used to have to work really hard to make $100. I would generally, at least in the town that I was driving in, I would have to drive closer to 8 hours to be able to pick up enough fares to get $100. And you would always look for the unicorn gigs, which were the longer routes, taking somebody across town or to the airport, things like that. But this has been actually in some ways a lot easier, and like I said, picking up the bigger gigs using your truck as an advantage, because not everybody's going to be able to put one of these loads into an SUV safely without strapping it to the top or something like that, and that's not what they want. So they will select you based on your vehicle, and having a pickup truck, especially with a 6.5 foot bed, is a big advantage for something like this. So here comes the hardest part of it. Picking up is easy. Dropping off is a little bit more difficult because you don't know where you're going, right? So I'm going to use the Google navigation to get me to customer drop-off.
Your destination is on the left.
Okay, well, this wasn't too bad. It's still early in the morning, so nobody's at this business. Fortunately, I don't need to have their signature to drop off the package, so I'm going to put it at the back door and include their paperwork and check out using the Roadie app. As soon as I check out of the job, I get paid. And this is my favorite part of the job, is I get to drive back home in my F-150. If you want to know more information about this gig, check out roadie.com. Thanks, and see you in the next video.